folks are here to see you, Rangers. One of them is waiting right over there.
Colonel Death will be along just as soon as I make sure you're all here. And you haven't brought along any unexpected guests. Can't be too careful these days, right? Glad we have an understanding. Well, looks like everyone's here who's supposed to be here, so I'll give her a ring. 1 second. All clear. Come ahead.
Hey now, cowboys. Face to face at last. And just as handsome as I thought you'd be. Figured we'd meet here to remind you what being a ranger means. These folks are alive today because you chose to help them, even though it meant going against the Patriarch's orders. To my mind, that's the ranger way. Helping the helpless ahead of the powerful. Just something to keep in mind as you hear me out. Good eye, Doc. It's definitely put a hitch in my talk box. But no thank you, I got it under control. This and my fake leg are souvenirs from when my chopper got shot out of the sky over Long Beach, California. Good times. Since you've obviously got the skills to use them, here, I got a few extra med kits on me. Try not to use them all at once. Well, ain't you polite? Hope that bodes well. Now, what with you not taking Saul's sons out like I asked, I'm guessing we've got different ideas about how things in Colorado should play out. But I'm still hoping you'll come around, November. So here's the deal. As my friends and I see it, 2 things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. And second... Shit! Scar collectors. Well, well. Speak of the devil and her minions shall appear. Looks like Liberty overheard our rendezvous call. Guess we'll have to deal with this before we continue.
None can harm me!
On their flank.
Feel the burn! Die, Patriarch fucker!
breathe is painful! Destruction! Our sights on their flanks!
Down with the fascists! Die, patriarch fucker! Take it on the ground!
Mama Spank.
Kids on their mods!
Well, that was a learning experience.
As my friends and I see it, two things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. Second, and you're gonna love this, the patriarch's gotta go too. Hard choices. You mean like choosing to let his marshals shake down folks in the street? Or choosing to let petty criminals freeze to death in his pillories? You know he didn't win that war with the Plains gangs, right? No, he made deals with them. Sends them weapons and supplies as long as they raid settlements outside Colorado. Ain't that neighborly? Sorry, just riles me up. What we want is to get rid of the Buchanans altogether, with us helping to mitigate the chaos that comes after, and give Colorado a chance to live under some honest-to-God rule of law for a change. And for that, we need your help. Thanks for hearing me out. Let's talk about Liberty first. I've got to hand it to her. Daddy's little girl has done the impossible. She's united the boldest and baddest warlords of the Eastern Plains, and she's getting ready to lead them into Colorado. When she does, well... well, that'll be the end of this place. Every man, woman, and child from here to the Rockies will be killed, enslaved, or taken as a sacrifice, and their houses and towns burned to the ground. None of us want that, right? Oh, I don't mind about that. So long as you change your mind about him after. So? Glad to hear it. So here's the plan. Part 1, help Ironclad Cordite take control of Liberty's gangs. Then, Part 2, let him lead them all off to Kansas, where he can achieve his blood-soaked destiny without getting any on us.
Hold your horses, ma'am. Didn't you just accuse the Patriarch of doing the same thing? Paying the gangs to go east so somebody else has to deal with their depredations?
Yeah, I guess I did. But it's not quite the same.
No? Then you must explain it, for it seems precisely the same to me.
Well, for one thing, we ain't paying the man. We ain't actively funding murder the way old Saul is. And second, despite Cordite's destiny, my guess is he goes back to Kansas and him and his rivals all wipe each other out, leaving the whole territory a more peaceful place. I know you've got him on ice back at Ranger HQ. Well, it's time to dust him off and put him to good use. Now, I'm guessing y'all have some questions. Pete and Brother Thomas came back with me from LA, and Tax from Arizona. These others are locals who have various gripes against the Patriarch. We trained them up as best we could. Nicer bunch of folks you'll never find. Pretty simple, really. The Patriarch has spies watching Liberty's compound. If you show up, those spies will think you're there on Daddy's behalf, and they'll be happy to see you. If we show up, our plan is revealed, yeah? And that would give the Marshals a chance to button up Colorado Springs before we make our attack. They'd be waiting for us. Now that's gonna be a fight. Basically, while you're taking care of Liberty, my team will be in Colorado Springs, softening the ground. Once you finish up out there, you'll come back and help us corner the man and bring him down. Our primary concern, other than ending the bloody reign of the Buchanans, is minimizing civilian casualties. That means you've got to ride herd on your crew and watch who you ally yourself with. For instance, we don't want the gangs coming to the party. If Cordite wants to come along and get his revenge on the Patriarch, fine, but he leaves his army at home, no matter how tight a hold he thinks he's got on him. We want to be the good guys here, so we've got to do this clean. Rape and pillage is a surefire way to turn people against their liberators. Keep the peace, keep things fair. I don't see the Rangers running things. I see our job as keeping the playing field even. There's always a lot of weasels that come out of the woodwork after a big man falls, trying to grab a piece of the pie. So we're just gonna hang around, and every time a weasel pops their head up, we'll whack them. At the same time, whenever somebody comes along who tries to take care of the people, all the people, we'll help them out. But we ain't gonna be anybody's muscle. We'll answer to the people, nobody else. No idea. Nobody's tried it before, as far as I know. But it's worth a shot, right? Can't be worse than the way things are now. All right then, what's it gonna be? More than are being hurt now? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna give you Liberty's location anyway. No matter what future we want, she's gotta be stopped, right? All I ask is, when you're finally standing face to face with her, please at least consider dealing with her our way and put a bullet between her eyes. Everything else we talked about, well, let your conscience be your guide.
Good luck, cowboys. We'll talk again when Liberty's taken care of.
So you and, Ms. Death are acquainted? She seemed nice enough, except for that business about taking down the Patriarch.
Angus and me, we've been around long enough to know that change ain't always good. In fact, it's usually bad for a whole lot of people, especially simple folks like us. The Patriarch ain't perfect. We know that. But he's keeping us safe for 50 years. Now your friend wants to gamble that she can do better. And if she's wrong, it's the regular folks who are gonna get hurt or killed. Guess that's how we see it, anyway. No hard feelings, I hope. Hear that, Angus? The toaster was fixable.
I knew that. Just didn't feel like eating toast. But thanks, strangers. Appreciate it.
Best of luck and stay alive.
Team November, this is Ranger HQ. The Brainiacs in R&D just showed me some of the wild stuff they're done working on. You should come take a look when you're free. Over and out.
I wouldn't give a dog over to the Marshal's justice. Of course. Let's see if we can find what you want.
What do you need, Rangers? That's what you pay. Have a seat. If it ain't cut, don't stitch it. I'm glad the refugees have a place to stay. Happy to. Take a look. Putting them refugees in the brig feels a bit unkind. Happy to. Take a look. Welcome back, Rangers. What can I do for you? Happy to. Take a look. Welcome back, Rangers. What can I do for you? Happy to. Take a look. Welcome back, Rangers. What can I do for you? Happy to. Take a look.